Grab your cafe can leche, get set. We've got a battle in the Caribbean, the Dominican Republic taking on Puerto Rico here on game day number 2. Group A action. We are here inside Domo de la Feria. The backdrop is Leon, Mexico. Fans getting set for the FIBA 2023 Women's AmeriCup competition to continue. I'm Despina Barton, joined by Javon Shepard, the former Canadian national team player. And Javon, we already saw these two teams play yesterday. Dominican Republic fell by 7 to the host nation Mexico late last night. And then Puerto Rico on the flip side, right? They defeated Colombia by 1 after trailing nearly the entire contest. So here's a look at where Group A stands right now.
And I'm going to say one thing. I was really impressed with Puerto Rico yesterday for one reason. They played from behind for about 31 minutes in that game, right? And for them, it was a marathon and not a race. And you could just see as the game went on, they got better, they got stronger, they got more confident, and they played the long game, right? Togetherness. And I thought Gaffney took over that second half, had a tremendous game, and there was a collective effort. But the fact that they played from behind for 31 minutes and found a way to pull out a victory was impressive. For DR, I just think, they have to execute better, especially when fatigue sets in. 21 turnovers last night versus Mexico, and there was about a 2-3 minute stretch in that fourth quarter that really cost them. So just to really hone in there and just execute, tighten it up, especially when fatigue sets in, and it'll be a really good match.
Yeah, so these two last met in the 2022 Central Basket Tournament, and Puerto Rico won by 19. 87-68 was that score, but these two have a long history, right? They both come from the Caribbean. They all know one another. It's going to be a contested game.
Yeah. I'm expecting, and you know what, when you look at both of these teams, they match up pretty evenly in terms of size and position per position. So I'm going to expect a physical match, up and down match, but it's really going to come down to the matchup on the sideline between two coaches.
So we saw Puerto Rico, they're technically the visiting team here today in their red jerseys. And now we're going to welcome out the home team, Dominicana. This group fought and clawed against Mexico, and that crowd really got into it late.
That is a tough first match, right? Because you're playing the home team, the host team, and the crowd's into it. And they really became that invisible six-man on the court. You felt the energy, you felt the fight. So for Dominican to come out and have the fight that they did, tremendous work. Now it's you against the world.
That was. And Mexico opened up big with a victory here in front of their home crowd. But this is a marathon, not a sprint, right? Yeah. Day number 2?
Day number 2. Slow and steady. The goal is to try and get stronger and be at your peak by the end of this tournament.
The top 10 teams in the nation all here in Leon, Mexico. And before we get started, we're going to open up with the national anthems first for the visiting team, Puerto Rico. And now the national anthem for the Dominican Republic. now meet at midcourt, exchange gifts from their home countries, a sign of great sportsmanship, and a keepsake for the tournament.
I'm going to tell you this, one of these games I'm going to jump down there and get me one of those pins, one of those trinkets. So I don't know what you're doing, Despina, but I'm getting one.
Let's start putting our requests in now. A look at our officiating crew right here on the screen. Representation from Argentina and Brazil. We'll be tasked with calling a clean game. And for Puerto Rico, this is a unit that's been together for quite some time. Their star, Area Garantes, came in late 2 nights ago, hours before their first game. And while she was not in the starting lineup yesterday on day 2, you will see she is the only change. So they're going to stick with consistency. O'Neal, Rosado, Hollingshed, Guathmy, and Garantes. This Puerto Rico squad is led by head coach Jerry Batista. He is in his 9th season, and this is a steady crew. He's installed an attitude shift. They've had consistent leadership. This is the 2021 silver medalist squad. They went toe-to-toe with Team USA. And they're coming off their first ever World Cup victory and quarterfinals appearance in Australia. A lot of smiles. You know, Jerry Batista is one of my favorite coaches to cover.
It's hard not to smile when you have Garantes on your bench. Yesterday she came in and didn't take any time to warm up. She got right to work like a microwave, and she's coming off the bench. But believe me, she's playing the duration of the game. Tough cover, puts the ball on the floor, gets to the basket, shoots it well, you know, plays at all 3 levels and constantly getting down on it.
And for Dominican Republic, welcome to the starting lineup. Cesarina Capion, she had 14 points, 5 boards against Mexico and earned her spot in the lineup. Joanna Martin, the captain, Evangelista Martinez, Monsac, rounding out the starting group for the Dominican Republic. And this is a group, too, that lost to Cuba in Central Basket for the bronze medal game. They have a lot to prove. And they are led by head coach Alberto Zambala, who we saw got really heated yesterday in that game against Mexico.
But I like that. I appreciate it because that was passion that he was showing, right? And his players were feeding off of that. You know, at some point, you know, could it be costly? Yes, but you've got to work with the refs and show them that you care, so that they respect you, right, and give your team some calls at some point.
So Puerto Rico walks in with a victory on night number 1 against Colombia, 63-62. Guathmy, the leading scorer, with 20 points there. And Dominican Republic looking for its first victory of the tournament. Remember, we are in group play. This is Group B. 5 teams in the group. The top 4 will advance. And for Group B, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic are joined by Canada, who we'll see for the first time this evening, Mexico, and Colombia. Before we get started, Javon, what do you think will be the key to this contest?
Just controlling the pace of this game. And for DR, you know, there's 2 players on the other side that you really have to pay attention to early, Garantes and Guathmy, right? They can't, right? Yesterday, Garantes had that first half and Guathmy the second half. So you know that the ball is going to those who are going to create, they're going to be aggressive, they're going to be assertive. The tension has to be there right out the gate.
And these 2 teams know each other very, very well, which is going to be fun. I imagine, too, Javon, when you were on the road and you were playing with the national team, seeing familiar faces, whether they were on your team or on the other side, it's got to be a little comforting.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. And you build friendships, you build sisterhoods, brotherhoods on the men's side. And it's just this type of competition is a beautiful thing because it builds the game outside of basketball, right? There's so many relationships that are built from this sport.
And it will be Maya Hollingshed jumping for Puerto Rico, and Esmery Martinez. 2 23-year-olds meet in the circle. Dominican had the touch, but the possession goes to Puerto Rico. Rosado, the captain and the eldest on the team for the Boricuas. Girantes with the rock. She's your WNBA star playing with the Seattle Storm.
And then just that change of speed right there, just that little hesitation allows her to create that separation to get to the basket off of that goal screen early.
The foul going against Martinez. And Garantes hits the first.
Are we surprised that she's getting the first possession of the game? And she delivers, right? Gets herself to the free throw line for 2 freebies.
She had 33 minutes, 27 seconds last night, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Martinez looking for the cutter, will drive baseline. Guafmi covers her. And a defensive stop.
Guafmi with the vet move there too, right? Grab the high side hip. The low ref couldn't see that one.
Garantes, Capian on her, she kicks it. Guafmi waits, pulls the trigger. Garantes tracks down the rebound. Reset for Puerto Rico. Rosado, felt it, baby. Rosado, a professor in her day-to-day life, certainly putting up some early lessons here against DR.
How impressive is that, right? Some of these women have jobs outside of the time and energy that they have to invest in their craft to play at this level. That's, you got to commend them.
I think we're so privileged in the United States and
Yeah.
certainly for Canada, right? A lot of our players that represent the nation. Garantes, whew, that would have made a highlight reel. But they're purely basketball players.
Yeah.
That is their full-time career.
Basketball players and or have other opportunities within basketball, to have careers.
Certainly you, Javon, have found a way to extend from the basketball court as Morton makes the first bucket for DR. Guafmi tried to thread the needle there. Good read by Evangelista. Guafmi sticking with it. Monsac comes right at her.
Guafmi, she's forcing the issue. When she gets that ball there, she's taking the contact, she's welcoming it, and she knows she's going to get a foul, right? If it's not on the first attempt, maybe the second one, third one, but she's consistent, persistent, and here she is, gets herself an opportunity for 2.
So Jasmine Guafmi is a returner from the 2021 AmeriCup team, but she missed World Cup play, had a knee injury. And so she worked very hard to get back to this place with her national team. Lane violation will give Guafmi one more shot at it. 3rd time's the charm. Evangelista. Rosado guarding her tightly. Morton. O'Neal picks her up. Martinez turns, draws 2, kicks it. Morton squares up. Looks good from here. No, just left. Rosado to Guafmi. Gets Monsac sleeping.
Off of that back foot, right? There's nothing that Monsac can do because when she fades away, Monsac is contesting the shot, but she's creating that space on that fadeaway off that left foot.
Evangelista, top of the key, deep 3, misses. Garantes, eyes down court. Guafmi running.
DR may need a timeout.
That would have dropped by Hollingshed. You bet that whistle was going to blow. 8-2 run for Puerto Rico. Feed inside Monsac. Monsac, the oldest player competing in this tournament, 42 years old, 42 years young. Let me correct myself. Rosado to Hollingshed. O'Neal working off the screen. Garantes deep corner, it's off. Javon, talk about these tournaments. I know we'll take a time out here, but it looks like both of these teams competed really hard yesterday. Legs might not be underneath them.
You can see that both teams look a split second late, right? And that all it is that's purely fatigue.
Timeout is called by Dominican Republic. They trail by 6. So no changes for Puerto Rico, but for Dominican Republic, we do see Jennifer Jimenez step on the floor, the 24-year-old now running point. De Los Santos as well. Coach Zambala trying to find some offense. Jimenez driving left, right at Garantes, blocked. Morton squaring up. O'Neal on the run, Rosado. Wathme driving, dishing. Garantes having to take some extra steps that way, and a beautiful take right at the rack.
She just attacks the closeouts, right? Everybody's closing out, a bit out of control, chopping feet, and she just takes one dribble between two defenders and gets herself to the rack.
Martinez going baseline, strong take. Garantes running the lane in transition. That's too easy.
Nice. That's nice.
The 10-point lead for the Boricuas. Wathme on Martinez here in the corner. Jimenez running gun. Morton spins, takes the fade away. Won't go, put back. And the ball stays here for DR.
Nice attack here, drive, kiss it off the glass. But it's the push, driving the closeout, great footwork, great attack, crafty for the finish.
Jimenez to inbound. The cutter comes through. Ball works around the horn. Horford to De Los Santos. 3 seconds to shoot. Morton's got to have an eye on that clock. Jimenez, step back three. It gets off in time. Count it.
Clutch three. Clutch, clutch, clutch.
O'Neal pulls the trigger herself.
That shot, right? Use that ball screen. Morton's late getting over. Well, stop and pop.
Morton behind the screen. Too much on that one. Hollingshed. Rosado, we're in transition. O'Neal thought about it. Rosado, right ring again, exact same spot. 2 big threes for Pamela Rosado.
You can see right now, Puerto Rico, they just seem to have a bit more pop in their step, and you know, a little different from yesterday. They're playing more of as a team game, right? Moving the basketball, getting the open shots. Everybody's getting in the flow, getting the rhythm. You can see drive, hesitation, kick, tee it up.
San Antonio, the 19-year-old to Hollingshed. Jennifer Jimenez. Horford got the start yesterday, pulls the trigger, a foul away from the ball. Going against DR.
And we've seen a lot of those moving screens over the last 2 days, right? And that's not just the bigs' responsibility. The guards got to do a better job of letting the bigs set the screen, plant their feet, so they're not moving, trying to clip the defender.
Isalis Quinones on the floor now for Puerto Rico. Working around the horn. Garante is going baseline. Kick. San Antonio. One more pass. O'Neal. Better shot. Garante's down there battling for the board. They'll get another possession. Fresh shot clock. 3:12 to play in the first quarter. Garante's design play just for her. San Antonio, a pesky defender there, covering Jennifer Jimenez. De Los Santos, blocked.
Great timing there by Garantes.
Little stutter step for Garantes, the kick corner. San Antonio ready, spotted, misses. Myra Horford with the ball for Dominican Republic. And the defense there by San Antonio forcing Benitez. What I thought was an up and down, but instead it is going to be a foul against San Antonio. O'Neal having a couple words with her to calm her down.
And we're actually seeing an early sub for Garantes today.
She will get a breather, and for Coach Zambala, this is where he's got to capitalize.
Yeah.
His team down by 12. They've got the ball. It's day 2 of the Women's AmeriCup here in Leon, Mexico, and Jimenez drawing another foul. Puerto Rico just their second team personal. Brianna Jones picking it up. Jimenez makes the first. She played 23.5 minutes yesterday. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. A newcomer for this DR squad. Guafmi gets it to San Antonio. Some contact right off the bat.
Yeah, and that as soon as you come across the body, you give the refs an easy green light to make that call.
San Antonio, who made her debut, by the way, in Sydney, Australia. That's why.
Shifty and crafty, right? Quick change of direction there, right to left. Whew, just exploded to the basket, that burst, that quick burst.
De Los Santos hits the back of the backboard. Benitez tracks it down. Foul on the floor, gonna go against Jacqueline Benitez for Puerto Rico. Hand check. Jimenez leaning into that contact. And Puerto Rico now with 14 fouls. Next one, DR's on the free throw line. Oh, they're going to say Jimenez was shooting here, so she will get to shoot 2.
Got to capitalize here, right? When you give yourself a chance to knock down 2, that's 2 points for your team. But even selfishly, that's 2 points for you.
Javon, what do you think it is in these moments?
You know what? Sometimes you go to that line and you start overthinking the moment, right?
San Antonio sprinting down court. No whistle. Jimenez, fake, draw, whistle. This one, the call for the youngster. And Guathme picking up her first personal.
And you can see on this one, she goes to the line and just, you can tell there's a lot more patience, goes through her routine. And when you step up to the line, just relax and go through your routine, you have a much better chance.
She's got 7 of her team's 9 points. Benitez in the corner, steps out. We saw her do that yesterday too.
Yeah, it's that back step when we want to accelerate, and it's just such a tight space in that corner there.
Just over a minute to play here in the first quarter. Puerto Rico's been in command. Jimenez driving right at Guathme that time. No whistle.
Wasn't so lucky.
Tell me what you saw there, because way to sell it, Guathme.
Well, Guathme just stands up, stays vertical. Jimenez, she's got herself to the line the last 2 times, and she thought she was going to get it the 3rd time here. No, no, no.
Jones can't hang on, so another possession for Dominicana. 0.8 seconds on that shot clock, though. Time for a quick tip. That does not get off in time, but it does not touch anything, so a turnover. San Antonio off the screen. Lots of hands in the lane. Shot drawn by Brianna Jones. 3 ball. Jimenez on the run, splits all the defenders, blocked from behind. Her teammate cleans it up. 2 for De Los Santos.
That's why your coaches say catch with 2.
Beautiful stroke there by Brianna Jones. Coach Batista wanted a better look. So no shot clock here, 19.9 seconds left. DR ball. They trail by 11. And a walk. Back-to-back turnovers.
Yeah, anytime the defense has you retreating backwards on a pass, they're doing their job. Little sub here, offense for defense.
So Rosado and Garante's back on. San Antonio and Jones back for a rest. Garantes going at Horford. Wanting her team to clear it out. Step back, mid-range misses. Horford the feed up to Morton. Morton's got the size advantage on Rosado. Does it count? It looks like it does.
Yep.
Count them.
Great end for Dominican there, right? Garantes comes in the game, checks in for an offensive possession, force a tough shot, you get on transition and get yourself a last-second layup here on fast break.
So after the first quarter of play, as the officials are talking this over just a little bit, make sure the scoreboard reflects that last basket. Coach Zambala, keeping them honest.
Yep, keep them on their toes.
Lots of layers of accountability here in this gymnasium. They initially awarded that 2 points to the wrong team. So the scoreboard should read Puerto Rico 22, Dominican Republic 13. They're going to review it just to be certain.
We are looking for the last shot. Thank you. We need to see on time or no?
Hey, coach.
Again, please. Again. Other angle.
On that look, it looks like the ball's released. There's 0.2 on the clock.
Other.
0.1, we're seeing 0.1 there. From this angle, it's really releasing time.
Okay.
Yep.
Again,
Good
please.
basket.
Again. Other angle, please. Nice, normal speed. The main camera, please. The main camera. Yes. No. Come. Frame to frame. Again. Normal speed, please. It's clear. No basket. Huh? Clear, no basket. Look at again.
Con la otra cámara se veía básquet y con esta no.
Please again. Yes. I need to see the main camera, please. Yes. Okay, again, one frame before. Stop. Again, frame to frame.
I love that we get to see the official review and exactly what they are looking at.
Yes, okay. Stop. Can you put the zoom? Not possible, okay. Now, the other angle in the camera after the basket. Down basket. Yes. Yes. Come. Okay, stop.
You know what, on?
No basket. Okay.
From this angle,
From
that
this
red
angle.
light.
Good ball. No basket.
You know what? That's why we're broadcasting and the officials are over there.
No
They get paid the big
basket.
bucks for these decisions right here.
So the score will stand. Puerto Rico 22, Dominican Republic 11. That last basket will not count. you're looking at your screen right now, we're in between quarters, getting ready to start the second quarter. Go ahead and scan that QR code. Make sure you have that courtside 1891 app so you can stream all the basketball you want. Have the schedules and the scores in the palm of your hands. If you're just joining us, we are in Leon, Mexico for the 2023 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. I'm Desmina Barton, joined by Javon Shepard. And you're looking at Puerto Rico with an 11-point advantage after the first 10 minutes. A late basket by Dominican Republic, and Morton would not count. And Garantes, who you were looking at on your screen, the 25-year-old, the key returner and star for Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico really had a quarter for themselves from that three-point line, right? That's really what opened this game up. You'd love to see them come out and continue to knock it down. They're getting some really good open shots, just walking into them and rhythm shots.
Horford. Morton picks up her dribble. There was a backdoor cutter. Horford pulls the trigger from the three. Rosado covers. Yeah, a pair of three-pointers from Rosado's been nice. O'Neal stepping right in. Whew.
Oh, nice.
Garantes.
Nice.
Faking her defender out.
Fakes right, spins left. And how about putting the ball in her left hand to attempt to finish? You see it, protects herself with the right side of her body, and just the ability to get the shot up with your left hand. There's a lot of skill there.
Garantes misses the first. She's got 6 points on the day. One for two. Garantes led this team to the Central Basket title, was the MVP during that tournament as well. Horford high-low, Rodriguez kicks it back out. Driving with De Los Santos. Guathmy, Hollingshed running the lane. Beautiful lane on the left.
She deserved that, right? Couldn't get the rebound on the defensive end, so tapped it to Gaffney. She gets out, first one down the court. Gaffney rewards her. Big time bucket, big time play.
Evangelista. Rodriguez, she'll walk. Easy to do when there's a defender as soon as you turn around. And Monsac checks back in. The lead extends out to 14. Hollingshed. Garantes pulls the trigger. Capian on her.
You can tell she looks a step slow today too, right? Not the same pop and energy she had yesterday. In this heat, logging that many minutes, it's expected.
Morton shaking O'Neal. That one counts. And that's hard to do. O'Neal's a veteran. Great move by Joanna Martin.
It's that spin, right? Use the defense weight against them. Spins over her left shoulder. And just the concentration, the footwork to gather herself onto, take the contact, and go up.
Three-point play complete for Joanna Morton, the captain of this DR squad. Guathmy surveying here. O'Neal played her collegiate career at Kentucky and played a lot of international hoops, and she's fighting to keep that possession. De Los Santos, no dribble necessary.
Great job running the lane, right? Ball's in the middle of the court. Get out on the right side, get wide.
O'Neal The Hollingshed. Rosado driving dishes. They want to feed O'Neal. 3-ball. Yes!
And how about the screen by Gaffney there, right? She knows that that skip pass is coming, sets a good screen for her teammate, and O'Neal just knocks it down. That's just selfless and unselfish play.
So Santos, the cutter, right through the hands of Capion. Puerto Rico, though, in a much better place than they were yesterday, playing from behind against Colombia. Who knows, we might see Garantes get some more rest here.
We hope, I hope for her. It's gonna be a long tournament. She's a heck of a player, so I want to see her continue to dominate.
Rosado trying to save that ball. Hollingshed wanted the call for a foul. None of the above. Rothme kind of hushing Hollingshed a little bit, like, hey, keep cool.
Hey. It's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
A battle between two Caribbean nations, two Caribbean rivals. Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. Day 2, game number 2 for both of these groups. Rothme pushes. O'Neal trails, steps right into the 3. Too much on that one. Morton had numbers. Decided to slow down the feed to Monsac on the left. The drop doesn't go. Garantes covers the rebound.
Ooh.
That hurts.
Just a little too much on it. Well, that helps right there, right? That turnover.
Football pass was
Right.
intended for Hollingshed.
Right idea, a little bit too much on it. What we call that, a Hail Mary?
Right intent, wrong execution. But if you're going to fail, you might as well fail fast and move forward, right?
Move forward.
I think the fail fast is a corporate term here in basketball. It certainly translates. Morton. O'Neal guarding her tightly. She'll still go up strong. Monsac trying to grab the rebound. Rosado had a hand on knocking that away. It stays.
And Monsac is looking at the officials like, where is the foul?
Monsac, the 42-year-old, fearless leader for Dominican Republic. As that ball is just thrown away. Garantes to Isalis Cañones, the block from behind. Capion there. Trying to track down that ball. Slow things down. That's exactly what Jimenez will do. Jimenez, turn, shoot, in and out. And this Puerto Rican unit has been playing together for some time. 8 returners from the 2021 AmeriCup, 9 off the World Cup team.
Jimenez there picks up just a frustration foul, right? You're trying to fight over a screen. Well, you just got to be aggressive early. Here, nice drop-off transition and a block. Get another look at it, comes across and slaps it out of there. Bah!
So fresh shot clock. Rosado, right at the rack. Quiñones gives it back. How about the 3? Let's try it out. Garantes pounding in the paint. Clears Morton right off her for the big 2-point play.
That's just a big, strong rebound. And then when she gets it, gathers herself. That light right shoulder there just gets the defense off. She goes up with the strong.
Capion, pull back 3. Falls into the hands of Garantes. Nice little change of pace. Ball just doesn't go in. Jimenez to Capion. Great finish in transition.
Capion, you can see right now the young legs are working from Capion and Jimenez running the court. On that last play there, the hesitation, and Garantes just tricked the layup there. See, again, that was probably a little fatigue.
They're trying to close the gap. Meanwhile, Garantes and company trying to keep them as far as possible. 13 points for Garantes here in the first half. Rocio Jimenez on the baseline. Morton tries to shake up Garantes, catches her in the air.
Yeah.
She'll shoot two.
The shot fake there gets Garantes in the air. See the attack. Lands on two, shot fake. Great poise and savvy.
So Garantes takes a breather. Some fresh legs on the floor for her, and Dos Santos, San Antonio taking her place. Morton hits the first. Seven points there for the 35-year-old guard. And she'll go out as the Stars for Puerto Rico take a rest as well. So to inbound, you're going to see Caitlin Satterfield, but first to timeout. Coach Batista saw that DR set up in a full court pressure situation, so blew the whistle.
Listen up. You're gonna take the ball out, okay? Then you're gonna be like this. 4 as you. Here. Okay? Stacking. Okay? Eyes. Opposite. Okay? Opposite. Watch the press. Go get the ball. Go get the ball. Okay? I want you to try to pass the ball here. Okay? Then you come in. You get the ball. Pass the ball here. Show the ball. You can pass it directly. You pass it directly. Okay? You pass the ball here. Everybody running. Hand ball. Okay? You try to go. Snap.
Puerto Rico's number 22, Araya Garantes, the 25-year-old. 11 points, 6 rebounds, a block. She flew in late 2 nights ago from her WNBA duties.
Transition bucket there, already flirting with a double-double. You can see 6 rebounds, and that's one of them. Offensive rebound there, using her body, shooting herself, and just using the ball screen here right into the mid-range game. Pop.
So a younger unit on the floor for Puerto Rico, Jones. San Antonio going right at Jimenez in the offensive. She got called for that yesterday too.
They could see Coach Batista a little frustrated. It's just that, it's that left forearm there, the extension of it. When you play a couple more years, you'll get away with it. You get the respect of the officials.
Rodriguez back. Capion. Ball goes inside. Quinones there to be a disruptor. Jump ball. Puerto Rico. Look at how engaged Morton is from the bench too, coaching.
And then Jimenez there fights. Then you look up and the possession arrow goes the other way.
Brianna Jones pulls the trigger. Off it smart. Horford pulls down the rebound. Papillon pushing forward, right down the gut, lays it in, it goes!
That's a nice take. She really used the angles there.
Papillon then on the other side steals the pass. Can she convert again? High low, Jimenez go to work on the block. That's blocked by Hollingshed. Hollingshed to the corner. Brianna Jones nearly gets knocked over. The handle stays with PR.
That's a great floater, right? And you got to shed some light on Hollingshed a bit. She does all the little things, all the dirty work on the defensive end, her positioning on defense, on help side. Probably doesn't get as much credit, not a big-time scorer, but all the intangibles she does.
And a timeout called here as you get another look. That block by Hollingshed. 23-year-old. Causing Dominican Republic to think about a few things here. 1:20 to play in the second quarter. They trail by 12. Javon, what are you drawing up if you're Dominican Republic? What do you want to see out of this next minute 20?
I want to see things go into the basket, go into the rack, because that's going to change the mindset, get you a bit more assertive, get you a bit more aggressive. And it's not only about this first half, it's going to change, you know, how you approach that second half. Have that energy roll over to the second.
So Morton back on the floor. Jimenez still running point. Slips past Versado. Horford left alone, enough time to shoot it. Battle in the paint. Puerto Rico on the run. Satterfield, Benitez squares up, shoots it. A miss. And tipped into the hands of DR. Horford, the feet on the block. And the whistle away from the ball. Quickly, Coach Batista making some substitutions here. Rothney, Garantes, and O'Neal coming back on.
Again, playing, you know, a little defense for offense game.
Jimenez in the middle of the court, gobbled up by Rosado. Garate is running the lane, will take it herself, and one.
You know what's so impressive about her? As she's pushing the ball, as she's running the lane, right, she's timing the ball coming, and she knows Horford is running alongside her, and she catches the ball, dips her left shoulder into her, protects herself, and then just finishes, right? But all that, she's thinking about that as she's running the lane wide and sprinting hard on the right side.
Mission completed. Three-point play for Garantes. She's got 14 points. Coming right back the other way was De Los Santos, and a foul by Guathmi.
That's two aggressive takes by her, right? The first one in the post, and here you see it attacking in transition there. I like it because, again, it shifts the mentality. You got to have this type of mentality where, you know, win, lose, or draw, we're going to assert ourselves.
On the scorecard, they're crediting this foul to Satterfield, who's not on the court. So imagine, there we go, the correction to Hollingshed. Hillary De Los Santos, 21-year-old, in and out. Hollingshed gobbles the rebound. 34 seconds to go in the first half. O'Neal, a mismatch here. Always confident, gets the ball to Hollingshed. She makes sure her feet are behind the three-point line. Jimenez flips it up to Morton. Underneath the basket, pulls back, goes up strong, and she'll shoot 2. Now Morton and O'Neal very familiar with one another.
Morton, she is not afraid to be physical, whether she's initiating the contact, whether she's absorbing the contact. You know, that is just her game. Those are the players you hate playing against, because you know any game, as soon as you step between those lines, they're going to beat you up.
Morton hits the first. She has 8 points today. In and out on the second, Hollingshed with the board. 13-point game. Garantes the feed to O'Neal on the baseline. No! No basket. And at the end of 2 quarters now, it is Puerto Rico 37, Dominican Republic 24.
We may have a foul.
You heard that whistle get off before?
We may have a foul. Great pass and got it up in time. There was definitely contact, body to body.
The officials giving head coach Zambala a little warning. Meanwhile, Jerry Batista staying calm, cool, and collected on his side, as the officials will yet again put on their headset to review.
Okay, let's go. We're looking for the moment the contact, the foul, and the game clock. This is the moment the contact, the foul, right? Yes, please. Main camera, please. Normal speed, and then slow.
We're in the similar position at the end of the first quarter, huh?
Yeah, yep. We sat for about 2-3 minutes, just the officials reviewed and deliberated, and you and I were just here with popcorn.
Okay.
Actually, we should probably get some popcorn. What do you think about that?
Popcorn?
Okay, again.
Not a bad idea.
They had some snacks going around here too earlier.
Wait, stop.
Oh, I see
the other
cervezas.
camera with the game
Oh,
clock.
we've got the fans
The other
filing
camera.
in.
So you're trying everything in your power to make me hungry is what you're trying to do.
I think we have a dinner break between this game and the next.
0.8.
Yeah, it's going to be Canada, Mexico.
Okay.
And that should be a good one. That should be a good one. I'm going to tell you that.
Okay.
Coach of Canada,
Okay.
Victor LaPena,
Confirm.
he's animated, he's enthusiastic,
Thank you. Thank you.
and you know it's the same coach Harding on Mexico side. Coach for her players.
So they are awarding the foul against Dominican Republic. And O'Neal, they're saying, will be able to shoot 2. So if you thought the first half was over, I hope you did not leave your seat.
You are right back here with us.
And they put 8 seconds on the scoreboard, but my feeling is that might be trimmed down. There we go, 0.8. So Jennifer O'Neal, the 5'5" point guard, the 33-year-old, on the free throw line. the first. She's got a lot of basketball on her resume. Played college ball at Kentucky, all over Europe in her professional career, and now she plays for the Explosivas in Puerto Rico. She hits the 2 to extend the lead for Puerto Rico. Pass intended there for Morton, nothing for Dominican Republic before the break. So indeed, the score after 2 quarters is going to be Puerto Rico 39, Dominican Republic 24.
And for Puerto Rico, again, it's similar to that first quarter, right? They've had stretches where they've put together 2 or 3 good offensive possessions, and that's really on top of 2 or 3 good defensive possessions. And that's why Dominican really hasn't been able to chip away at this thing, right? So coming into the second half, you gotta have Puerto Rico to play with that same energy, that same fight, that same intensity.
Puerto Rico looking to string together a couple of wins here in a row. Meanwhile, Dominican Republic thirsting for their first. We're gonna send you off into the half with the best highlights from the second quarter. Stick around, a lot more basketball is on the way. Right now, it's Puerto Rico out in front by 15, 39-24.
Unique character. Unique chemistry.
FIBA Basketball World Cup is the peak of the game.
It's the toughest competition in the basketball world to win.
That is why I will be there.
Because when you win for one,
You win for all.
Colombia sticking with it, and Muniz, her attack pays off. He's working off the screens, high-low bets, no, knocked away. Wow, Marquez had a hand on it. Inside of Vargas. To go right by Dantas. The hook, lays it
I
in.
like that great footwork, shot fake, steps across the defense, and nice finish, nice touch.
Blocking right left. It's Black Gonzalez handled her.
Hard take here. Gonzalez does a good job recovering and helping the helper. Block shot, good contact.
Deborah the feed on the cut. Vanessa turns, spins, it drops. The acrobatics by Brazil.
That's a finds a way.
Cargo, the 38-year-old captain, making it rain. Nice recovery there by Valenzuela. Avila, head down, twirling right down the lane. A little pass from Perez. Fajardo finishes off the glass. This is the unit that works so well And a block. Get out of my house. Cardosa feeling real comfortable here today. Easy rebound for Jackson to feed up to Reese. That one's pretty! And one, Reese. The combo.
Great concentration. Reese running the length of the floor.
Welcome back inside Domo de la Feria. We got some big superstars in the house. That is Coach Harding for Team Mexico. They've got the finale in the nightcap of today against Canada in just a couple hours. That's her team. They were victorious on night number 1 against Dominican Republic, edging them out 69-62. And it was as if they had a 6-man on the court with all the fans here in León, Mexico. But we still have another half before we can get to that contest. You're looking at Jerry Batista, the head coach of Puerto Rico. His team up by 15, 39-24 here at the break. I'm Jasmina Barton, joined by Javon Shepard. Javon, your takeaway from the first 20 minutes?
Well, sometimes you have to crumple up the stat sheet. You have to crumple up the first 20 minutes. And who's going to come out of the half and throw the first blow and sustain the level of intensity in that second half? So if you're looking for anything else from me, Despina, it's going to be just that. Who's coming out of the second half here, going to have that pop? And as far as Dominican goes, just the quality of the shots. They're shooting 22% from the floor, right? Some of those shots, the degree of difficulty is just a bit too much. You know, if you're aggressive on the defensive end, get out and run, giving yourself some easy opportunities in transition, then the offense starts to flow a bit more, right? You get into a little rhythm. So I want to see a bit more of that early in the second half.
And while it's all pleasantries down on the court, on the opposite end between Dominican Republic, they've got some room to make up for. And this is a rivalry game. These two teams coming from the Caribbean, they've known each other for many, many years. How does that play into a contest like this?
That means this lead means absolutely nothing, right? Because there's deep-rooted rivalry between both of these countries, like you mentioned. And the passion and the pride that you play with when you're wearing your country's jersey is one thing, but when you're playing against a rival, it's even more.
Very serious faces over there in the Dominicana huddle.
Stoic.
Your coach Zambala, what are you saying to motivate this group right now?
Well, one, you gotta breathe some life into them, right? You're looking at that group right there just a while ago, and they look a little deflated, they look a little dead. But you gotta energize the group. You gotta give them the belief that yes, you can come into this game, the second half here, and have the fight, you know, and not just fight to compete, but fight to come out victorious, right? And just believe that you can win. It's the belief that you can win.
And this is Group B. So joining this group is Canada, Mexico, and Colombia. Top 4 teams advance after group play into the quarterfinals. Everybody wants to continue playing here in León, Mexico. And DR gets the ball first. Rosado giving Jimenez the left lane. The help came from Guafmi. Pass up to O'Neal. Hollingshed running the lane. Staying focused, eye on the prize. Skip pass, Garantes all alone. Makes them not pay this go round. Capion, Monsac. Battling in the paint there, De Los Santos. Morton's got the height and the strength advantage there. Her teammate Capion pulling it out her own hands. And this ball goes the other way, a sloppy possession.
Yeah, and Capion and Morton, they're fighting, exerting so much energy fighting themselves. Forces a tough shot. Jimenez here, penetration, just wasn't able to extend and get it over the defense early enough.
Morton on O'Neal. Right to the rack, O'Neal goes. That one's off. Hollingshed, the last one to touch it.
Slow start this first half, huh? The second half, sorry.
Now minute 20, no scoring. Rosado meeting Jimenez. Hollingshed, big board. Guathme. Garantes. Misses. Mid-range. No good for Guathme. How about Rosado? Give it a try. No. Fourth time might be the charm here. Extra possessions here for Puerto Rico. 5 seconds to shoot. O'Neal from the corner. And Capion ends that attempt from Puerto Rico. Morton, baseline. Keeps dribbling until she's got nobody on her and makes the two-pointer.
Just keeping the dribble alive, right? And I like how she's able to balance herself off of that back foot, getting up into the jumper.
Garantes, Capion on her. Couple dribbles, shoulder down, right to the rack. No whistle. Capion gets it on that end.
You can see Dominican, right? They're making a conscious effort of just trying to be in attack mode, trying to get themselves to the rack. Just set the tone, right? That's a mentality. Important goals, attacking. And that back foot, nice, kiss it off the rim.
Capion hits the first. 5 points for the 19-year-old. Led the way for the team yesterday. And playing consistent here on day number 2. Guathme hangs on for dear life, and she'll get a pair of freebies.
Well, she did a great job here, just splitting the screen, right? Faking the handoff, getting to the basket. There you see pushing the ball through the defense and just taking the contact.
Garantes spending some extra time talking about that play. One for 2 for Guathme, the first point of the second half for Puerto Rico. Morton. The feed down low to Monsac. She'll turn, spin, kicks it to Capion. Quick square up. And a foul, offensive, against Guathme as she pushes Morton for the rebound.
And Morton was trying to sneak in there from the backside there. And that's what happens if you don't turn and find a body, put a body on somebody. You put yourself in a compromising situation, and there you pick up a careless foul.
Guathme's second personal foul. Capion, deep 3 ball. Garante's the last to touch it. Fresh shot clock. Working around the horn. Evangelista's 3, no good. Keeping it alive was Dos Santos, just to the wrong team member. Hollingshed, step up 3. Yes! She's been waiting for that all game.
Yeah, she has. And deserved it, right? She might be my favorite player in the tournament, right? Does all the dirty work, steps into this 3 right here, just rhythm 3. Nice rotation. You see it again? Right into it.
Capion, a vested interest to get her the ball, and we know why.
Knock it down, and if you're in a zone and that ball gets to the corner, you've got to get out there, right? You can't get out there late, or you're going to be in a situation like that where threes are being knocked down.
Capion has 12 points here for the DR. O'Neal behind the screen from Guathme. And no Puerto Rico teammates down there to crash the boards. Monsac. And on the flip side, she hands over the foul against Garantes. And a substitution comes in for Monsac. Another look at Capion's 3 in the corner. Guasmi, one-on-one with De Los Santos. Evangelista had a hand on it. Morton on O'Neal. Rodriguez from the free throw line. And a foul underneath the basket against Garantes. Her second personal, the third for the team this quarter.
And that's 2 fouls that we've seen now on box outs or lack thereof.
Evangelista. Capion. Morton was calling for it. And no shot clock violation. Puerto Rico still up by double digits here midway through the third quarter.
See, and this is what I was saying to you in the open, right? When Dominican gets tired, how are they going to respond, right? And I'm seeing the last 2-3 possessions where you're seeing the fatigue, you're seeing the rotation get longer, but there's just no consistency and rhythm with what they're doing right now.
Garantes steps out of bounds.
Garantes, stark contrast of the game from yesterday, right? This is what happens when the scout is out, right? There's a little bit more attention, a little bit more focus.
And there on the opposite side, De Los Santos taking advantage of a baseline take. And that was enough for Jerry Batista to call a timeout. In the face of a swinging Hollingshed. DR shows life, they trail by 10.
No se pare. Mira, vuelta por el medio, ¿ok? Pass the ball to the post between you two. Pass it, leave. From here, swing it. Screen here, guys. Watch inside.
Back to action here, Puerto Rico up by 10. Day number 2, game number 3. Puerto Rico won their first matchup by 1 point against Colombia. Dominican Republic on the flip side lost their first meeting with Mexico by 7. This is Group B play. Capion again. This one's off. Hollingshed again doing all the dirty work.
Yep, all the intangibles.
Morton wanted a traveling call. The lead official said, nah, you got it first. The cell there by Alberto Zabala. Quinones setting the screen, show roll. Takes the contact and makes it look easy.
Well, she set a really good screen, a heck of a screen, and that's really what gets her open. Durantes with a good pass. But that 2 points is from a solid screen.
Jimenez to Rodriguez, mid-range, no one comes out to defend. And then tracking down the ball. DR gets another shot. And he'll stay here.
You can see the drop off the mid-ball screen. Quinones there, just a nice layup. And again, just use a solid base, solid screen. Great pass, great finish.
San Antonio will come in. Rosado steps off for Puerto Rico. Morton gets it in. Capion being guarded by Garantes. Puerto Rico in his zone. Morton top of the key. Showing off her dribbling skills. Won't be enough. Shot clock violation.
That's the tough part there, right? You have to think quick on how am I attacking this zone. The change of defense just throws you off. You're going from Puerto Rico, went from man off that inbound to zone quick. And Morton just didn't make her move with conviction at that point.
Jimenez on San Antonio. Quinones will try it again. Screen rolls. Garante's just going to work all by herself. San Antonio keeps it alive. Step up 3. Beautiful! Hollingshed. 2 monster 3 balls. Puerto Rico now out in front by 15. About 2 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter. Capion drives and is good.
Well, she just put her head down there and said, listen, I'm going to the basket, whether you like it or not.
Isalis Quinones, a little pump fake, tries it her own way.
Jimenez knew it there, right? She just put up her hand and told the ref, that's on me.
And Isalis Quinones is such a smart player. And even a smarter human. She graduated from Dartmouth. That's a private Ivy League school in the United States. And she's an engineer.
Steps up and knocks it. Look how relaxed she is at the free throw line, right? Just the comfort there.
Yeah, Coach Batista's called her really the X factor because she comes in, she does her job.
That's what she's supposed to do. Checks in and then checks out.
San Antonio going after the loose ball. Kicks it up to Benitez. Benitez waits for the rest of her team to catch up. Here come the cuts. San Antonio, shot from 3, it's short. DR picks it up. San Antonio giving Jimenez some trouble there on the dribble. Rolling and cutting Ramirez is a miss. Jimenez from deep. Off the head of Jones, and San Antonio sprints ahead. Jennifer Jimenez couldn't help herself there at midcourt. That's the 5th team foul for Dominican Republic, so we will see the youngster San Antonio shoot 2. Just 19 years old on the free throw line. As her teammates watch on. She played only 5 minutes yesterday. A lot more playing time today. Full court pressure coming from Puerto Rico. 50 seconds to play in the third. Jimenez just plowing through the gut of the lane.
How many times have we seen Jimenez do that? Just whether it's off of a ball screen or straight one-on-one attack, just get into the lane, you know, puts her head down, her shoulders down, fearless with her attacks. But sometimes it's against 2 or 3 defenders. At her size, you got to give her credit, right? She's relentless and fearless.
Now to pair it together, right? To be able to convert. Team trailing by 16, make it 15 now. And San Antonio keeping her eyes down court. Will shake and bake, take it right through the lane. If that doesn't give you just a glance of this future for Puerto Rico.
Very telling, very, very telling.
Stepping up, shot from Benitez, hits it. Tatiana Benitez for 3. San Antonio off the screen from Hollingshed. 5 seconds. Hollingshed, 3. Won't go. Jones in there banging around. And now Dominicana will have 0.9 seconds before this clock expires.
And how about that hesitation, in and out, crossover.
So at the end of 3 quarters, it's Puerto Rico 53, Dominican Republic 39, a 14-point differential, and 10 more minutes to play. fresh 10 minutes on the clock. The final 10 minutes of this contest between Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. A clash between two Caribbean nations, rivals here. Puerto Rico looking to string together a pair of victories to open up the AmeriCup. Dominicana looking for their first, and they have some room to make up for. 14 points to be exact. O'Neal stepped through three, yes.
And that happened in the third quarter as well, right? Every time Dominican start to make a little push, start to make a little run, Puerto Rico just hit a tough three that breaks their backs. Now you see Puerto Rico in that 2-2-1 full court press just to slow Dominican down a bit and kill some clock. Get it over half now. Now DR has about 8 seconds to initiate their offense.
Morton. Jimenez driving left, the dish. Kick to Capian. And a great defensive stance there by Puerto Rico.
Yep, mission accomplished, right? That 2-2-1 full court press. You kill the clock as soon as they get over half. Now there's only about 10, maybe 8 seconds to really get into the flow of your offense. And then naturally you start to panic, speeds you up, end up with a shot clock violation.
Jimenez reaching in. Her third personal foul. Puerto Rico ball. Pagan rolls. Disrupted by Capian. Of course, Zambala is asking his team to talk. Be aware on defense, help each other out. Gadante is looking to inbound here. O'Neal, mid-range, off. Gadante catches the rebound. Wathme waiting for it. One dribble in, likes the range. Pulled down by DR. Whistle here. Looks like Wathme is in some pain. It might be she's getting some assistance here. As it looks like she's putting not a whole lot of pressure there on her right leg.
Hopefully she's just cramping and it's nothing more than, looks like she's getting stretched out. So this humidity, got to stay hydrated.
And the elevation, right?
Yeah.
Some teams have been here a couple weeks in preparation just to deal with the change in elevation. Air's a lot thinner. I was going up the stairs at the hotel, winded.
Listen, I was just ashamed to say it, but I've had shortness of breath, and I'm only going up one flight of stairs at the hotel.
And you've been a professional athlete for many, many years. I mean, that says a lot. We've only been here, what, 3 days?
3 days.
You can imagine running up and down this court, what that feels like.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Couldn't be me. I'm telling you, I've gotten to the room, just walked up the stairs and gotten to the room and just dropped myself into the bed, catch my breath. So for these ladies here, to be out here, and it's tough.
O'Neal driving left, baseline shot. She's been trying to hit one of those for some time now. De Los Santos. Morton now with the ball. Evangelista, step up three. She'll get dinged. Pagan. So 3 chances now for Evangelista and Dominicana to try and close this gap.
Not a bad start for it, right? You get 3 opportunities here for 3 free reads. And you also stop the clock. Gives yourself an opportunity to call your defense set up, get yourself in position.
Meanwhile, look at Wathme on the bench. They got juices flowing, ice going on the back of her leg. Making sure she's hydrated. Her eyes aren't leaving the court, though.
No. That's what you call a competitor.
Cervantes, inside feed to Pagan. A miss. That would have been a nice confidence boost. High low. De Los Santos, Pagan covering her. Cervantes calling for the screen. One-on-one picks it up. Puerto Rico works around the horn. Cervantes figured she'd give it a best shot. Last touch by Dominicana. O'Neal being guarded there by Horford.
Nice. Just shifting her. Comes off of 2 screens, gets the ball. Horford's playing some good defense. She gets into her dribble package just to get her off balance enough where she can elevate into a jump shot with enough time to get it off.
Plus 16 for Puerto Rico at this point. Capian from the corner. And Hollingshed. Horford wants that back. She'll stay on O'Neal. Hollingshed with the screen. Garante's other side, running left, laying a beauty.
Great take there, but Capian gambles for the steal. Garantes catches that ball right away. Just knows that everybody's out of position. I'm going to attack. One dribble, left-hand finish.
Six to shoot. Capian will travel. I think we're all forgetting how young Capian is. Just 19 years old, making her national debut with Dominican Republic and going up against a WNBA star.
Well, she's getting christened and welcome to the big leagues.
Turn and shoot, Hollingshed, that one's disrupted. Rodriguez there applying the pressure. Capian, Hollingshed takes it right out of her hands.
Yeah.
The feed, Benitez running. She's alone, she's got time. Things opening up here with Jennifer O'Neal running point for Puerto Rico. Jimenez back on the floor, playing with 3 fouls. No whistle.
Dominican, they're really struggling with this 2-3 zone right there. At some point, you've also got to penetrate the zone, attack it, and move the basketball. If you just keep rotating the ball, everybody's in position, the defense is just going to rotate, right? So you're making it more difficult on yourself.
And a timeout is called on the floor. It's Puerto Rico up by 20, 62-42.
Acá, bien metida la pelota, pero no tiene tan fácil. No hace falta tirar 3 puntos. Vamos a tirar 3 puntos cuando la bola salga. ¿Ok? Vamos a hacer el azul. Vamos a hacer el azul. Vamos a jalar la bola para acá, para que se corran para acá y hacemos el azul. A ver si hay penetración y esta corta rápido. Para que haya tiro. Pero recuerden que la grande. Recuerden que la grande viene por abajo. A ver si hay pase y pase abajo. Pueden tirar atrás. ¿Ok? Atrás, defendemos 20. ¿Ok? 20 atrás.
Vamos, baila, vamos, baila.
O'Neal on the bench next to Guathmy. Looks like Guathme's done being treated. We might see her coming in a little bit later. Benitez. Jimenez goes back for it, knocked away. San Antonio, hand in the passing lane. At the end of the first quarter, it was Puerto Rico up by 11, 15 at the half, and now their largest lead here in the fourth quarter. Benitez, deep three. Off the shoulder of Jones, loose ball on the ground. And it's gonna be called a kick.
Well, it's funny because Dominican has been struggling with Puerto Rico's 2-3 zone. They came down now and they've adjusted playing some 1-2-2 zone. Looks like we're gonna see a lot of zone for these last 5 minutes.
If one were to speculate why, please expand, Javon. Santos, drive, take. Puerto Rico. San Antonio, foot race. Myra Horford picking up the foul. San Antonio back on the free throw line. This is the first. Trinity San Antonio misses both of them. Quinones is the least there for the rebound. Another possession for the Boricuas. Trying to give it. Oh, the pass intended there for Brianna Jones. Sophia Roma. Just trying to get it cross court there. Benitez, other wing. Off back rim. Toss up here. The ball stays. Jones to inbound. Benitez, she's going to keep shooting until she hits one.
Yep.
That one looks pretty from here.
Shoot till you make and make till you miss, right? And you can see it there, nice rotation, and keep shooting. At some point, it's dropping.
Myra Horford in the corner. Evangelista gets it back to her. She'll try to stroke it. Benitez to Isalis Quinones. A little too high.
A little too much air, too much under it.
Benitez on the other end, met with 3 red jerseys, and she travels. Tatiana Benitez. Substitutions here before play continues, so welcome back. Serena Campion. Rocio Jimenez. San Antonio. Back to Benitez. She'll try it on the top of the key. Around the world we go.
In a rhythm now. In a rhythm.
Benitez with 11 points. Everyone crashing on this end of the basket.
Just another three at the top of the key and teeing it up.
Skip pass to Capion. Corner look for Evangelista, and she drills it from there. Her teammates clapping it up. Gonna need quite a few more of those here to close this gap with only 3 minutes to play. Quinones shoots from the free throw line. Capion pulls back out. Evangelista, can you do it again? Benitez with the football throw. Quinones saves it. Jones will stroke it. A miss. And Quinones keeps grabbing all the breakup plays here. Benitez, mid-range. Jones fights for the rebound. I'm gonna call it a jump. We are.
And the fact that we're still fighting as hard as we are in a game like this is out of reach. You got to give these ladies credit.
I mean, you talked about this yesterday. Coaches are always evaluating, right?
Yes.
So these minutes mean something, maybe if not the scoreboard.
There's no garbage minutes, right? And you're always being evaluated. Somebody can go 3 for 3 right now, and they use 30 seconds to turn into 3 minutes tomorrow. And those 3 minutes turn into 15 minutes. So that's just, you just always have to play and just take advantage of whatever opportunity you're given.
That snowball effect. Coach Batista taking his time too to see some of his other rotations here. It's a 9-day tournament, just day number 2. So strategically taking advantage of all the time when you're not playing against each other, I imagine, is important. Capion running the lane in transition, disrupted by San Antonio. It's a foul.
And you can see it, right? The young players right now that are on the court, they're not letting up anything easy, right? Because they know that when they go back to the locker room, when coaches watch film, those are the first players that are going to get targeted. And it's those last seconds, the last minute of the game was out of reach. Young players are expected to play at the hardest and play at their highest level every minute that they're on the court.
And Capion's been one of those steady hands for Dominican Republic. 13 points for Capion. Around the horn we go for Puerto Rico. San Antonio, back to Jones. Pass intended for Roma, and Capion is going the other way for DR. Evangelista misses. Her team will reconcile. Rebound by Horford. And the tempo doesn't change for the Boricuas. Benitez, right side, best side.
Right now, she's just comfortable. You got to be happy for her. And everything she shoots is just so cool.
Under a minute to play. Capion got stuck there on the baseline. Another look here.
Extra pass, get it to your shooter.
Benitez with 11 points for Puerto Rico. Skip pass, Evangelista will get it to Horford. 0.5 seconds, nothing.
Well, for Horford, there's nowhere to go there, right? You collapse the defense, that weak side, high weak side is dropped over, and you've got 2 defenders, so you've done your job at that point. That was 1 extra pass to the right is the right play.
36 seconds left in the ball game. San Antonio pulls up from the free throw line, making it look easy. All hands on deck. Puerto Rico comes up with that possession. And some extra smack talking needed to be broken up. Sofia Roma.
Getting a little chippy.
And Rocio Jimenez.
Getting chippy in a blowout. Imagine if the game was close.
A little bit of a taunting move.
Hey, give her some credit. She put her hands behind her, right? Give her some credit.
Certainly had some restraint, right? .7 differential. And the officiating crew is talking over this last little scuttlebutt.
I like that. Is that scuttlebutt?
Going into my hand dictionary here at the desk. Need another synonym. Can I phone a friend? And here comes the call. So great we have the technology here to be able to review all the plays, make sure that the right call is made.
We are looking for the last foul and the reaction, please. Thank you.
And this is what they're looking at while they're reviewing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this looks like it's gonna be a double technical here.
Okay. Okay, I have. Personal
And we
foul,
knew this
the
was a rivalry
right
game,
one.
right?
Yeah, yep.
A battle between two Caribbean nations.
Foul, the one
A lot of
one.
history.
It will never fail you.
Yeah, that's one.
It will
And
never
then
fail you.
Technical foul, 1-1, and red again.
11,
please.
11.
Red 11. It's okay?
You can see the fans starting to roll in for
the control,
final game of the night.
control is the red, okay.
host country Mexico, and even outside right there.
Nothing
They're having a ball outside, a lot of games, and
I was playing bingo. I don't know about
Bingo,
you between the
right.
last two games.
it's a fun time.
Technical foul cancel. We have the informal foul white.
We're at the Domo de la Feria, and this is a giant entertainment center, so to speak, in the heart of Leon, Mexico.
Okay. Agree?
Across the way
Again,
from
please,
us,
the ball,
Lucha Libre happening.
The play, please. Again.
I asked one of the locals to explain. She says,
But did you win?
oh no, no. Did
Try-
not win bingo.
You tried to keep that quiet. You tried to keep that one quiet.
I know how to bury the lead, my friend.
Okay. Maybe.
Está descalificada, la jugadora número está descalificada. Técnico y antideportiva está descalificada.
It's okay. For you, it's a disqualified. Maybe flagrant. Come in. Again, please. The ball.
This officiating crew making sure they're being deliberate
It's okay.
with their review.
Huh?
No foul is
At the end of every quarter, we've had something similar,
Yes.
so just fitting
Yeah.
towards the end of the fourth.
Again, please.
Those
again.
folks being tasked with calling a clean game are ensuring they do.
Look at this. Again, the other camera. The other camera. Yes. Look at the push. Yeah, but then, unfortunately.
Ah, there was a slap from Jimenez that caused Sofia Roma
cuánto tiro para la
to
jugadora.
head her way.
Technical foul, el red 11.
Y la técnica va a ir a la banca entonces.
Yeah. No, because it is disqualified. Not technical foul.
So, Javon, I mean, if there's a double technical to wash, correct?
Correct.
Or what happens here?
Correct. You're getting your
No, personal foul.
2 free throws,
Disqualified.
or
Okay,
double technical,
again,
sorry.
disqualified.
We're going for the possession arrow.
And a verdict here on the way.
And do we have a decision? We have a decision, people.
So one technical awarded to Puerto Rico. And I don't see anything coming through against Dominicana. You know, Javon, for next year, let's just make sure we're at the scorers table. That way we can read lips, maybe.
Read lips and get explanation on some of the calls.
I love that idea. You get it to your people, okay?
Yeah.
So if you're listening at home, we know you got to hear all the officials' deliberation. Unfortunately, Javon and I are in our position. We were unable to hear the explanation. But we're going to get that fixed for the next game. Regardless, you see Evangelista preparing to shoot from the free throw line. She'll make it. And so a technical awarded to both sides. So Sophia Roma misses the first. Misses them both. Talk about ball don't lie, maybe.
Ball don't lie.
It was a wash from the jump. San Antonio, about 3 seconds differential between the shot clock and the final buzzer. Waiting for someone to step on her, but it looks like a turnover on the possession. And the game clock with 1 second left on it. And the final buzzer. This thing is over. Jimenez, Rocio Jimenez being ejected from this game for those fouls. And the final score, Puerto Rico 73, Dominican Republic 47. They notched back-to-back victories here in the opening tournament. Meanwhile, Dominican Republic now down to 0-2. Javon, your biggest takeaway from this matchup?
Well, what we've seen was Puerto Rico in that fourth quarter go to that 2-3 zone, and it really gave Dominican a lot of problems. And then more importantly, the great equalizer, the 3-ball for Puerto Rico, right? They shot the ball well in the second half, really extended this game and extended their lead. And this was a stark contrast to their game yesterday in terms of how balanced they played, and it was just a team effort. You could see that they were a little fatigued. They looked a little fatigued. But again, to me, what was impressive, it was similar in the sense that they played a marathon game and it still wasn't a race and came out with victory. So it's good for them. And obviously, you know, seeing DR walk off the court right now, they have some things to work on. But great victory for Puerto Rico.
A look here at those final stats. The disparity, 26 points is what Puerto Rico ended up defeating them by.
And plus 12 from the three-point line. 18 assists, again, sharing the basketball, 6 steals. Garantes, 16 points, O'Neal, 12, and Benitez 11.
So for this group, we're going to show you the fourth quarter best plays before we get you set for the nightcap, Canada and Mexico. Enjoy this rollout. Puerto Rico takes care of Dominican. The final score 73-47. A look now at Group A play. Puerto Rico on top with those 2 victories, but we've got Mexico and Canada making their tournament debut in just about 30 minutes. For Javon Shepard, I'm Despina Barton. Final score, it's Puerto Rico 73, DR 47. More basketball on the way. We'll be back.